I want to hand this over to my brother Miles and Davis Root, who are exciting. I'm going to chime in here every once in a while, but they're going to talk about some must-knows that you need to go into 2026 with. If you're an agent, you got to know this stuff. This is the bare minimum from a technology perspective. Tech must-knows coming from the best people in the industry. I think collectively, Miles, Davis, you met with about 3,000 insurance agents last year, one-on-one. These guys know better than anybody else. So without further ado, Miles Miller and Davis Root from the RetireFlo team.
Thank you, Dalton. Davis, we have arrived. We're here.
We sure have.
Dalton, thanks for the great introduction. Super excited to be here today. Really cool to see a lot of familiar faces come through the door, a lot of new faces. And we're so excited to introduce you to RetireFlo. Before we get started, I'd like to give you guys a little background on Davis and I. Davis and I have been best of friends for about 15 years, which is very cool. We grew up playing middle school and high school golf together in Dublin, Ohio. Both of us went on to play Division I golf. I played at the University of Dayton. Davis played at Wright State University. For those of you who don't know your Ohio geography, those are about 10 miles away from each other. So we were crosstown rivals for a couple of years. I will say Davis got the best of us. He beat us on the golf course a couple of times. But post-graduation, Davis and I joined my dad, Scott Miller's Medicare agency as agents. We did that for a couple months and while Dalton was building up RetireFlo. After a couple months, he needed a little bit of help. So Davis and I hopped on board, and we've been on the RetireFlo team for about 2 years now. We're going to give you guys a quick overview of RetireFlo and how to best effectively use it, leading up to AEP this year. With that, I'm going to pass it off to Davis for a couple helpful tips here.
Awesome. And thank you for the introduction, Miles. But yeah, folks, the first thing we're going to talk about today is how to copy your link. So when you sign up for RetireFlo and you generate that profile, right away, that link is accessible on your RetireFlo dashboard. And one of the great things about your survey being on a link is that you're able to distribute that survey however you would like. So when you're reaching out to a client or prospect, you can put that survey link in an email. You can text it to your clients. A lot of our users will put it on their website. And then we always recommend to distribute that survey through your marketing material as well, in whichever means you're marketing. So whether it's brochures or flyers, mailers, that survey link you can distribute.
And I'm going to say something here. I'm going to, this is one of the times I'm chime in because Davis and Miles have a level of professionalism that I don't. Frank's Red Hot, the hot sauce that I eat on my turkey sandwiches every day, has a very famous slogan. Their slogan is, "I put that shit on everything." Okay, and that's our suggestion for RetireFlo. Paste it into anything. It's just a link. Websites, email blasts, business cards, email signatures, drop it in your workflows, you name it. Put that RetireFlo link on anything. So sorry to interrupt, but it's important.
No, you're good. The more clients that fill it out, the more time you're going to save yourself. So that's why we recommend sending it out in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of Davis here, we also provide you with a QR code. This is something you can put on printed materials, mailers, business cards. I know at my dad's agency, whenever they have educational events, they'll put it on a brochure. They're also going to flash it up at the end of an educational event. So those prospective clients can complete the survey. You then have permission to contact and all of their quoting information. Where to find this QR code? It's going to be on your RetireFlo dashboard. It's going to be on the far right side. There's going to be a button that says More Actions. When you select More Actions, there'll be an option for downloading a QR code that's going to be downloaded to your computer. A big suggestion we have is use black and white for the QR code. The reason why is a lot of agents we've seen in the past, they might download a red QR code and then put that on a red mailer or flyer. It makes it really hard for your clients to actually scan that QR code. Black and white has the best contrast when your clients go to scan it.
Yes. And let me say something about QR codes really quick. Okay. QR codes are for print real life materials. Okay. People ask me all the time, they go, "Can I text my QR code?" Okay. Let me ask you this. If the QR code, if you text it to somebody, it ends up on the front of your screen, Unless you have a sophisticated system of mirrors that go all the way around, how am I supposed to scan it with my camera? That's what it's for. It's for scanning through camera. So use QR codes on print materials, please. Thank you.
Next up, we're going to talk about where you customize your survey. So one of the great things about RetireFlo, and Dalton touched on it earlier, is that you're able to customize that survey. You can have it match your agency branding because you're able to put your logo on there. You have your headshot on there. So when you send that survey out to your clients and your prospects, they're familiar with your face, your agency. So it all matches that. But you're able to edit that profile at any time on retireflo.com. On that dashboard page on the right-hand side, there's a dark blue Manage button. When you click on that button, that's where you're able to update any logos, headshots, state license, your URL if you'd like. You're now able to link your Calendly or your website. So there's a lot of options to tailor that survey to exactly what you need. The important thing is once you make any changes there, just click Save Changes so we're able to update that for you.
All right, Miles's tech tip of the day. Guys, I do a lot of our customer service. This is one of our most asked questions. When I email the link, my clients can't click on it. It's not clickable. Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about hyperlinking. Very, very simple here. As Davis talked about, you're going to go ahead and copy and paste your RetireFlo link into an email. Once you have copied that link, you're going to highlight your RetireFlo survey. And then there at the very bottom, there's going to be this little chain link icon. And a lot of you probably can't see it because of a banner. But this is going to hyperlink your RetireFlo survey, or it's going to make it clickable for your clients when they receive the email. Now, I know a lot of you use multiple email services. You might use Outlook, you might use Google, you might even use AOL. That hyperlinking icon is going to look different for everybody. Most likely, it's going to be some sort of chain link icon. Could be a box with an arrow in it, but make sure you look for it, highlight your link, you're good to go.
Next up, we're going to talk about integrations. We now have an integrations tab on retireflo.com, but this is where we house and manage. You're able to manage all of those integrations. One of the great things about RetireFlo is that it is free to add these integrations. And once you integrate your survey, all survey data moving forward will sync to those platforms. You're able to sync with multiple platforms as well. So let's say we integrate with your enrollment platform and your CRM. When you get a new submission from one of your clients, all of that data will instantly go over to both that enrollment platform and the CRM in just seconds. So there should be no more days where you're spending hours and hours of manual data entry.
Miles Davis. So if I wanted to send it to all of those platforms all at once, is that possible?
Yes.
Whoa. Simultaneously, I can send data to Connecture, Go High Level, Integrity Connect, Medicare Pro, Health Sherpa for Medicare, Agency Block, Agent Edits.
Dalton, the cool thing is you can integrate all the platforms at once, and immediately when your client completes the survey, it's going to send them to all at once at the same time.
Whoa. I bring that up because it took a lot of work.
Alrighty, the submission center. So as David said, when your clients complete the RetireFlo survey, it's going to send it to all those platforms you're integrated with. At the same time, you're going to have a RetireFlo submission center. We're going to give you a very pretty PDF report of all of your clients' information. And Dalton, do you want to go to the next part here? Thank you. Now, last year after Flow Day, a certain individual went out on Facebook and said, I can't believe these guys are promoting PDFs, and I don't understand why they're doing this. They're not upbeat with our industry. Guys, the reason why we do this is for compliance reasons. Say you enroll Susie Senior, your client, in a plan, and 2 months down the road, she files a grievance against you because your Eloquist is not covered. You can go back to when she completed that RetireFlo survey, and you now have a timestamped document with all that information she provided you. You can send that into CMS and have that grievance unfounded. We do this because of our compliance standards, so it's always a backup if something were to happen. Alrighty, document sign. This is where you can sign your scope of appointments and consent forms. Folks, we always suggest is to sign the scope of appointment or consent form after the meeting takes place. so you can provide accurate information. Where this is very helpful is for agencies. So say Agent Bob has a meeting with Susie Senior next week, and Agent Bob gets sick and he cannot meet with Susie Senior. And Agent David at the same agency ends up meeting with Susie Senior. David can then go back into the submission center, put his name in there, and all of that accurate information based off the meeting that took place. Alrighty, search, sort, and filter. Many of you have thousands of submissions on RetireFlo, which is amazing. We promote that. We love that. But it might be a little hard finding some clients that have completed the RetireFlo survey in the past. You might have to go through 10, 15 pages. So we have a little search bar at the top of your submission center. You can put in their name. That submission is going to pop up right away. You can also filter by survey type. And folks, why this is important is because many of you are going to add our ACA survey after today. If you want just to see those ACA surveys or maybe just your Medicare surveys, you can filter by that survey type. You can also filter by agents. And why that is important is many agencies have multiple agents within their account. So if you want a specific survey to show those submissions in your submission center, you 100% can. Last but not least is you can identify clients based on prescription or pharmacy. Where this might come into play is maybe a prescription changes tiers, and you want to look up all your clients who take Ozempic. You can then search Ozempic in that filter and sort option, and all of your clients who take Ozempic are going to pop right up.
Next up, we're going to discuss how to invite a new user to your RetireFlo account. This most often comes into play. A lot of our users share their RetireFlo account at an agency level. Also, sometimes individual agents have an assistant that they'd like to have access to RetireFlo. So if you want to invite a new user, you just have to go to account settings, then users. There's a dark blue button at the top right corner that says invite new user. We do not charge anything to our users to invite somebody else. But you're going to invite them via email. It'll send them an invite link where they're going to generate their own username and password, which is important because if you guys are sharing a username and password, you guys are going to get the same two-factor authentication code. No one wants that. So everyone gets their very own login. Additionally, there's two different types of permission levels. You can invite somebody to your account as an admin or a restricted user. If you invite somebody as an admin, they're going to have full access to your entire RetireFlo account to where they can change things within your account settings or customize that survey. A restricted user is going to have more of a condensed view. It's really up to you which way you go. Everybody's agency is structured a little bit different, but
I'll chime in here a little bit, Davis, on this. Is in most cases, folks, send it out as an admin. If we've met with you and want to set up your account a certain way, we might suggest restricted user, but in most cases, send it as an admin. It's a safe
And Dalton, would you say this is unheard of to be able to add as many admin as you'd like to?
Yeah. Yeah. Every other platform, including even the ones that we integrate with, will charge you for this. So we make this free because we care about agents, but we also just recognize that you might want to invite somebody to see the data. You might get sick one day and you want to make sure that your assistant can have access to this stuff. So that's why we do it.
All right, payment settings. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. This is where all your subscriptions are going to be listed. We understand it's tax season right now, so you might want to download a receipt or an invoice. This is where you're able to download that.
Yeah, in payment settings. So, download those, keep them, store them. They're always going to be there.
Next up, we have the Survey Marketplace. The Survey Marketplace is where we house all of our products. So maybe you're somebody that has our Medicare survey and you're getting more into the ACA space now and you want to add our ACA survey. You don't have to create a whole new RetireFlo account. You simply just need to go over to the Survey Marketplace, select that ACA survey, select your favorite subscription option. Once you go through and create that profile for that survey, that link will then be added to your RetireFlo dashboard and you're good to start sending it out right away. So it's super easy, just takes 2 or 3 minutes. And yeah.
Guys, we're talking about that ACA survey. This is where it is, okay? You can see that dashboard on the left. It says Survey Marketplace is highlighted. This is where you're going to go and get that survey. And by the way, if you have a discount code with us, it'll automatically apply for an additional survey. So go add that ACA survey. Get comfortable with utilizing it, so that way when that Health Sherpa integration goes live, you're ready to rock.
Troubleshooting.
Oh, our favorite subject.
So back in about 2024, Dalton and I there was a hotline on RetireFlo. And we absolutely love talking to agents. I can't stress that enough. But what we ran into is a lot of our clients, a lot of our agents calling us while they were driving. Number one, guys, we prioritize safety at RetireFlo. We can't help you while you're driving, nor do we want you to pull up your account while you're driving. It's just not safe. Number number two, we want you to be in front of your computer, and we want to be able to share screens to see what's going on in your account. So what we did is we added a troubleshooting calendar. You can get on, and usually the day of, you can schedule a 10 to 15-minute phone call with Davis or I. We'll get on the call. I'm going to toot our own horn here. We are very good at solving issues. Very, very good. And we are here to answer any questions you have. If it's about RetireFlo, great. If it's about the industry, even better. But we are here to help, and you can always talk to a real person face to face.
Yes, guys, I'm tired of hearing about, there's no hotline. This isn't, the movies are from the 80s, but RetireFlo isn't, okay? We want to do better. We run a software platform. And I can't, because our system is so secure, I can't just like remote log into your stuff. You don't want that. You don't want that. So we set up this calendar. If you need help or you have a question, book a time. We meet with people same day. It won't take more than 10 minutes to get your problem solved. I promise.
Yeah.
I promise.
Allie Hall
the troubleshoot button is always there.
Allie Hall just commented, I met with Davis yesterday. It was great. So great example.
Hey, Allie.
And Dolan, do you want to talk a little bit about our YouTube page?
Yes. If you have questions, we have answers, and you can meet with us. We're happy to do it. Love to talk to everybody. But we also, if you want even faster answers, we have a YouTube channel with the answers to every question you could possibly imagine. So just go to retireflo.com YouTube, and type in RetireFlo. Just go into YouTube and type in RetireFlo. Check this out. How to invite users to your account, how to export your data to any CRM. I see a lot of questions already in the chat about that. How do you export your data to any CRM? There's a video on how to do it right there on YouTube. So pop it in the channel. There's probably a video on the question that you asked. Our system is incredibly easy to use, but we just want to make sure that you have access to the resources that you need.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Such a pleasure to get to be here today. Davis and I are always around. Again, schedule a time with us, schedule a demo, schedule a troubleshooting meeting. We're always here to talk to you. We're going to be at Medicarians. We highly suggest is schedule a webinar with us. We want to talk to all the agents you're associated with and get them onboarded with RetireFlo.
Yeah, spread the news, ladies and gentlemen. Don't make your friends who are agents listen to their clients spell levothyroxine over the phone. I know we want to gatekeep RetireFlo because it's so powerful, but spread the wealth. Okay, spread the news. We'd love to serve your friends, and we'll make sure that they get access to the same discount that you have.